Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for being with me today here on WCNN, the Wheelchair Nick Network. In today's video, I want to help those of you that may be struggling in your prayer life. And I want to give you a tip that I have been using for the last 2 years, and it has really transformed my life as it regards prayer. And I hope that it will do the same thing for you. Maybe you're out there and you feel like every time you pray, your prayers are just bouncing off the walls in heaven. Or maybe you feel like God is not listening to you. Or maybe you're like I was, you're bitter and angry at God, and you don't know how to express these feelings to Him. The tip that I'm going to give you today is make God your pen pal. Make God your pen pal. 2 years ago, before I started implementing this concept in my life, I was so angry and so bitter at God because He put me in a wheelchair, and I did not understand why I had to be the one in the wheelchair instead of one of my other family members or someone else altogether. One night, this anger and this bitterness towards God got so bad that I had a huge meltdown for several hours. After this huge meltdown that night, for some reason, and to this day I do not understand why I did this. For some reason, I picked up my iPhone and I began dictating letters to God. And 2 years later, I'm still doing it, and I will tell you, it has changed my life. That night, I told God how angry and how bitter I was at Him because He put me in a wheelchair. Now you're sitting out there and you're saying, Nick, but just last week you told us we need to have more gratitude and more thankfulness when it comes to our prayer life. That's right, I did. But it is very hard to have gratitude and thankfulness towards someone that you're mad at. So I want to encourage you, if you're angry and bitter at God, or if you're just struggling in your prayer life, make God your pen pal. You may be sitting out there wondering, but Nick, if I tell God how angry and bitter I am at Him, He might do something to me. He might get mad at me. Let me explain something to you. God already knows your heart. He already knows that the bitterness and anger towards Him is there. And if He was going to do something, He would have done something long before now. It is not a sin to be angry at God, but it is a sin to stay angry at God and not deal with that anger and bitterness. How I think it would be most effective for you to make God your pen pal is get a spiral notebook and write these letters yourself, because I think that it will make it more personal. Now, me personally, I am not able to do this because I'm not able to write. I have to use the iPhone text-to-speak technology, which has been wonderful for me. But if you're able to, get a spiral notebook and write these letters down. And listen to me. Don't worry about how long you write bitter and angry letters. It took me 3 months before I could write a letter that said, God, I love you. Thank you for giving me another day to live. Thank you for my family. Thank you for everything that you've given me. It took me 3 months to be able to write that. It may take you longer depending on the situation. Don't worry about how long it takes you to get all the bitterness and anger out that you have towards God. The songwriter said, nothing between my soul and the Savior, and that's the way it needs to be between us and God. There should be nothing between us. I will also say this, don't worry if once you start this process, you miss 2 or 3 weeks or 2 or 3 months, because I guarantee you, you will, because I did, and I had to get back up and pick it back up again. But don't worry if you do so. It's okay. It happens to everyone. I will also say this. I noticed about after my first year of doing this, it started in 2012. My first year of doing this, I noticed that I was able to talk to God more outside of the journal and talk to Him more openly. So I believe that once you start this and once you start having a consistent dialogue through the journal, that you will be able to talk to God more outside of the journal and you won't need to use the journal as much. But until you get to that point where you can have consistent dialogue with God without writing it down, I really encourage this idea of making God your pen pal. I believe and hope that it will change your life as much as it has changed mine. I hope this video has been an encouragement to you today. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them in the comments section below, or you can email me at nicholascomstock@gmail.com. Also, if there's anyone out there who is already doing this and you don't mind sharing your experiences, please feel free to leave those in the comments section as well. Thank you guys so much for watching this video today. Subscribe to my channel. If this video was a blessing to you, please share with all of your friends. Have a great day, guys. I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.